Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitske. We begin with 3 people injured, including 2 children, during a shooting in East Bakersfield. And child were struck by stray bullets early this morning in the area of Highway 58 and South H Street. Officers were called out just after 12:30 this morning to reports of those shots fired. BPD says 5 people were in a car exiting the freeway and stopped at a red light. A dark sport SUV pulled up alongside the victim's car and opened fire. A 20-year-old man along with a 9- and 3-year-old were shot and taken to the hospital. They were all expected to survive. The 35-year-old woman and a 5-year-old were uninjured. Now, BPD is asking if you have any information to call them at 327-7111. And a semi-truck rollover on Highway 58 east of Bakersfield has caused major slowdowns. According to the CHP, the crash happened around 1:45 this morning on Highway 58 just west of Hart Flat. The big rig was carrying more than 33,000 pounds of food when it crashed. No reports of any injuries. The highway was shut down but has since reopened. And new at noon, we have learned more information on a heavy police presence at a local hotel that ended with multiple arrests. Now, it happened Sunday morning at the Rosedale Inn on Buck Owens Boulevard. According to Bakersfield police, they were patrolling the area when they heard a gunshot. Officers saw a man running into a motel room. BPD says they arrested 2 known gang members, 21-year-old Edwin Lara and 37-year-old Jose Bernal, for firearm charges. Police say they seized 2 handguns, hundreds of rounds of ammunition, and methamphetamine. This is still an ongoing investigation, but police believe no one was hit by that gunfire. Well, now to the latest on the coronavirus here in Kern County. Kern Public Health reports 3 new deaths along with 75 new COVID-19 cases today. 114 people are being treated in local hospitals, the lowest we have seen in months. 357 people have died since the pandemic began. Just over 12,000 people are recovering at home. Now, the county says it needs to see less than 63 cases a day and a test positivity rate of less than 8% in order to start easing restrictions. Now, during this morning's Board of Supervisors meeting, Matt Constantine said our numbers continue to improve, but we're not out of the woods yet.
We can't do it unless everyone takes personal responsibility. That was the message from the Surgeon General. That's the message I think that we continue to relay, is that we as county government can only do so much. It really comes down to the individuals. But all these numbers that you're reporting to us show that our community is stepping up. Yes. And we're moving in the right direction. And the goal here is to get our schools open, get our churches open, get our businesses open, and get our economy moving forward.
Now, currently our case rate and testing positivity rate are below what is required, but we still have a testing lag. Well, Kern High School District Board of Trustees will hold a special meeting tomorrow, focusing on next steps for the school year, including in-person learning along with distance teaching. Now, as the pandemic forced Kern County schools to go virtual this year, some schools are working to get select students back into the classroom. During the meeting, the board will discuss the learning continuity and attendance plan for KHSD. That plan would replace the local control and accountability plan for the school year. That takes place tomorrow. All right, let's send it to Kevin now with a look at your forecast.
Sunny skies expected today, but I think we'll still see a haze around the area. The air quality alert still in place. And guess what today is? It is the first day of fall, and I wish temperatures would reflect it. Sun is actually above the equator, and day and night are actually equal length, if you didn't know that. And our sunrise this morning, 6:45. Our sunset tonight will be at 6:52. Overnight, we were at 68 degrees. Yesterday, a high of 94 degrees. I think we'll be able to trim it back a little bit today. We should be right around 89 usually this time of year, and our record record. 105 set back in 2003. 88 in Sacramento. 93 in Fresno with 70s down to the south. To the east, Vegas at 100. And the beaches today looking pretty good. A high of 66. A west-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we take a look at the air quality, unhealthy for sensitive groups. Your AQI at 115 today. And temperatures will be right near 91 in Bakersfield, 90 in Delano. Upper 80s out of Taft and Maricopa. For the mountains and the Kern Valley today. Northwest wind 5 to 10. 81 in Frazier Park. Tehachapi at 82. Upper 80s to lower 90s into the Kern Valley. And then for the desert, we'll look for a southwest wind 10 to 20. 91 in Mojave, 96 in Ridgecrest. Your extended forecast shows temperatures back in the 80s tomorrow. Hanging on through at least Saturday, but then a warm up by Monday of next week near 100 again. Into the mountains, lots of sunshine across the next 7 days. We'll keep you in the 70s and 80s, overnight in the 50s. And then for the Kern Valley forecast, lower 90s through tomorrow, some 80s on the board Thursday, Friday, but then warming things back up by next Monday. We will be back up in the upper 90s. That's a look at your forecast. We'll send it back over to you.
Well, local food staple is reopening their doors to hungry customers. 24th Street Cafe announced they will reopen tomorrow. The cafe posted on social media saying that they will open for outdoor dining or takeout. They'll be running daily from 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. The cafe also says they're hiring as well. If you would like to know more, you can head over to their website. And Milt's Coffee Shop has reopened. They opened their doors this morning. Milt says they are offering outdoor dining along with takeout. Their hours are limited at this time. They open every day at 7 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. The coffee shop is located on Knudsen Drive. At noon, new murals around Arvin are encouraging residents to complete the census form. Now, this morning, community leaders unveiled a census mural in Arvin. The mural was painted by 29-year-old Juan Gonzalez, a local artist. Leaders say the mural is to be a reminder for residents that it's not too late to complete the census questionnaire. As of Saturday, over 60% of Arvin households have not responded to the census.
It's very important to have a complete count. We're behind where we were 10 years ago. We're behind where the state average is. And we got to make sure that we have a complete count so we can improve our community. This is one single thing every member of the city of Arvin, every resident can do to improve the community.
Now, this is just one of 5 murals funded by the San Joaquin Valley Health Fund. Census is set to end in only 8 days unless a federal court intervenes that extends that deadline.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to KGET.com.